players and what they do together and how well they perform together. That's where the ball game is going to be won.
You know you got a 5 guy concentrating on you, so you got a chance to drive a little bit.
Fitch started with the expansion Cavaliers, where his workaholic habits lifted Cleveland to respectability.
You can learn from losing as well as from winning. And I've always said, though, you don't have to lose quite as often as you do with an expansion team to learn the lessons you have to learn. But Cleveland was a good experience from the standpoint of building a ball club and actually learning the ins and outs of the NBA.
In 1979, Fitch moved to Boston. He built the Celtics' current nucleus and in 2 seasons took them from the cellar to a title.
You're 1 rebound away from letting that smile on my face. I swear, if you're going to rebound, I'll smile.
If I ever have another player like Larry Bird, then how can you be so well blessed? And to have him as a friend is even a bigger blessing. And to have had Robert Parrish and Kevin McHale in their rookie years as Celtics, to have Danny Ainge come from baseball and go through what he did and watch him develop, I enjoy those things. I don't let it get in the way of the love and the attraction I have for my own ball club at this time.
But on the brink of elimination, there was no place for Celtic endearment, especially amidst the deadly stare of Boston's top assassin.
This is a voodoo thing. It's supposed to make you rich. That's why the green has to do with money. And they dress these things up. Like if they could dress this up with a good little gold hair and a 33 on it. Lay it on him.
Voodoo may explain Game 5's unusual turn of events. Bird was exorcised to a mortal 17 points, while Ralph Sampson played like a man possessed. By the second quarter, Sampson's wrath was fully unleashed.
And now Kite has grabbed Sampson from behind.
Ralph Sampson became a towering inferno and the central figure in a bench-clearing brawl. He was ejected for battling Jerry Seasting, a Boston reserve standing 15 inches shorter. Sampson's early exit looked like an ominous prelude for all the Rockets. Desperate times demand desperate measures, and Jim Peterson was the solution. Throughout the playoffs, Peterson had teamed splendidly with Hakeem Olajuwon. Now he asserted himself as Houston's third tower.
Here's Peterson with the offensive rebound.
The determined Peterson threw around his bulk and undercut the Celtics with 12 rebounds. Boston's other problem came from above. They encountered a squadron of rocket ball spotters led by Hakeem's record-tying 8 block shots. Shorn of Sampson's might, the Rockets launched a more reckless attack. With a rejuvenated fast break, Houston grabbed control by halftime and refused to wilt in the third quarter. By opening up a 25-point lead, Houston forced Boston to surrender. Boston's demise most satisfied Robert Reed. 5 years ago, Reed saw the Celtics win the title on his home court, and now guaranteed there wouldn't be a repeat performance. With a 111-96 win, Reed led Houston's drive for a 6th game.
He showed us he had a lot of character. He said they had to win Game 5 down there, and we wasn't going to be partying in the arena, and he came out and had a great basketball game. They lost Ralph Sampson, there's no question. Robert Reed is really the leader of that team.
We put a banner up saying that we are Midwest Division champions. We put in a banner up saying we're Western Conference champions. And we want to put a banner up that says NBA champions.
Regardless of the outcome, a title would be decided in Boston, a city that takes exception to what seems rightfully theirs.
I'm gonna tell you a story.
Rockets are gonna fall tomorrow. Make it, D-Make. I love it. And Sampson, they're gonna crush you. 3 for $1 on the Celtic green lettuce here. We're gonna kill Houston. Here you go. This is Ralph Sampson. Right here, big old Ralphie boy. And we got good old Hakeem right here. Here you go, Hakeem. It's all over, pal.
This is what the Celtics are going to do to the Houston Rockets.
The visiting Rockets returned to the most uncomfortable guest house in sports. The gallows awaited Ralph Sampson, the villain of Game 5's melee. But Sampson could not